Hello, I am Voided and Lost, and welcome to my balloon dartboard game tutorial. This game won last month's poll for redstone tutorials. And so, yeah, let's just kind of get into this. If you did not see how to play this game, I will give a quick overview, and then I will get into showing how to make this. So first off, for this game, you put diamonds into this dropper. Now you can put as many in as you want, but it will only take one diamond at a time when you play. So we come over here to this side of our fence so we can see the whole board. And then to start, we hit the target block down here, and that will put one diamond through. And we have a timer board, countdown timer going across the top, and what we are trying to do is pin the light to the bottom of the stack of lights. And if we can do this before the timer runs out, then we've won. And the payment will be 2 diamonds. And as you can see, it only took 1 diamond to play. And that is how you play this game. Now, that being said, I have this set kind of on the slow side. I think you can change how fast this counts down by changing the speed on these repeaters here. Right now, I have them set each to 4 ticks. If I want the game to go faster, I change these to make these go faster. And that will definitely make the game more challenging. But that is up to the individual game owner, how you want to have that set. Now, before we begin building the machine, I do want to point out that you do need to be aware of where your chunk borders are. You can either use the pack that I'm using now, or something similar, this is by MaddHatter's chunk border pack. Or you can go on to chunkbase.com and check out the coordinates to your world and just kind of see where your chunk borders might be. Or there's some trick about dividing the numbers by 16 to get your chunks. But what you need to watch out for is you do not want, let me back up, you do not want a chunk crossing here in the middle of the machine, because it won't work. What we have here with these 2 comparators and kind of these 6 blocks here is a memory circuit, and you do not want your chunk border to cross kind of anywhere in this memory circuit. So this machine will not work with the chunk being kind of in the middle. Now this version over here does work, because the chunk is off to one edge. So this one works. So before you begin building, just be aware of where your chunk borders are and chunk align the machine. And a rough idea of the number of blocks you will need for this machine: 35 comparators, about 44 repeaters, 110 redstone dust, 12 blocks of redstone, 19 lamps, 26 torches, 19 droppers, 7 hoppers, 13 sticky pistons, almost a stack of observers, 2 lecterns, 2 books, book and quills with 30 pages in them, 13 targets, items for your sorting hopper, and diamonds to start the game for your early winners, 7 note blocks, and to make the different notes for your note block, 2 glass, 2 sand, a glowstone, packed ice, and a block of iron. And then just a bunch of blocks for the circuits. This kind of gives you an idea for the circuits. About 2.5 stacks of bricks, a stack and a half, a little over, of brick walls for the front wall of the thing, a couple slabs, 4 defenses, and then the magenta glazed terracotta for the arrow shape, 20 of the chiseled copper, waxed chiseled copper for decoration, and magenta concrete again for decoration. So this machine is going to be 12 blocks tall, and then behind the wall you need 10 blocks to the back, and then in front of the wall out to the end of the fence is 12 blocks. The width of the machine this way going across is going to be 19 blocks wide. 19 blocks. So we are going to start building with the front face. We're going to take some solid blocks and build up 12 and then go over 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And then bring that on down to there. Bring this across to there. And then we are going to fill in this frame with some wall blocks. A layer of wall blocks like this. Just like that. Okay, next we are going to count over 3. 1, 2, 3. Take that out, replace it with a target block. Come around to the back side. Have a dropper facing to the back. Put a barrel next to that with a temporary block here. Have a hopper facing into there. Take this out, swing around to the front, and have a dropper doing that. So the dropper is going to face into the barrel. Actually, you know what? I kind of want to turn that barrel around. There we go, just for the aesthetics of it. Next, above the barrel, we're going to put a wall block, a solid block, a target, and next to the target we'll do 2 decorative blocks. On the right hand side we'll do 1, 2, 3 of magenta concrete. We will do 3 redstone lamps, and then we're going to face the lamps and do 3 glazed terracotta so that they have the arrow. Across the top we are going to do 3 more of our decorative blocks, and that is going to be one of the segments. From here we are going to do another wall block next to there. We are going to do 7 redstone lamps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Another wall block, and then we are going to repeat that over on this side. So it's 3 decorative blocks. On this side it's 1, 2, 3 magenta concretes, 2 decorative blocks, which I am using the waxed chiseled copper. Target block there, 3 redstone lamps in the middle, and then face this direction for the glazed terracotta, so that again you get the arrows pointing down. From here we will do one more wall block there, and then we'll take our copper, 1, 2, 3, and this is going to be our next section. So 1, 2, 3. We will replace those 3. 1, 2, a target block here, 3 redstone lamps, and 3 glazed terracotta for that one. We are going to have another gap here, and we are going to come up so that there are 2 wall blocks here. Come up one more, and we will have our copper, copper, copper. Yep. And then again, 1, 2, 3, 3 lamps, 3 arrows, And we should be 1 block space away from here, which we are, so that's good. And finally, on top of this one, 3 of our decorative blocks. Over here. Okay, we put this solid block in below the target block. This wall block, let's change that to a solid block as well. And then everything else gets turned into a wall block. So we will fill in the rest of this space with wall blocks. There we go. And that is the front wall put together. Okay, so let's come around to the back side and start doing some redstone. What we do to one of these, we will repeat to these other 3. And I think I kind of want to build this out completely and then, yeah, do the next ones. So right here, we will first get a reading off the target block with a comparator. This is for when the player hits it, we get a signal to come on through. We'll do ones twice more. We'll do redstone here, a comparator here, and that's firing up into a block to there with a redstone torch on its face. Over here, we will come over and down actually, and then back up with dust and dust. Over on this side, we will have a target block to redirect that dust there. And here, a repeater going into this comparator. What we are doing here is we are cutting this signal short. Normally, when you hit a target block with an arrow, it is a 10 redstone tick signal, which is a fairly long signal, which will have this torch out for a fairly large amount of time. And because of how we are trying to match up the player's hit with when the piston for this is extended, lighting up this lamp, I don't want to make the game too easy, so we're making it a quick pulse. And so when the signal comes around, this repeater will shut this comparator off relatively quickly for a quick signal. So that's why this circuit is in here. Okay, the signal from this torch is going to come down. So come down 2 blocks, take that out, and it's 1, 2, 3, and then we come forward, put redstone dust on these here. This comes up into a block here with a torch on its side. Over here, put a block next to the target block, redstone torch on it, extend this over and back 1, dust and dust. Now what's going to happen is both of these torches will need to be out for this one to turn on. This one is controlled by the player hitting the block. This one will be controlled by the clock that is running the lights. So let's get these in. Grab yourself blocks of redstone, come back to this position. Actually, we'll make this a little easier for ourselves. Come back 2 more with a temporary block. Have a sticky piston. There we go, behind that. And then come down with 2 more sticky pistons. And put some blocks of redstone on their fronts. Take that one out. There we go. This needs dust on top of it. We need a block here, a block above that, a block here, there, here, here. All right, so Firing into this one is a comparator. Firing into that is a repeater, and it should lock. And here we get dust and dust. So when this extends over, this comparator actually will fire, blinking this thing. Over here, we have a block. On top of the block, we have a dropper facing in this direction. Come over 2 temporary blocks. Have a dropper facing back. Actually put 1 block down there. So we can do a comparator reading here. Put 1 stackable item in this dropper over here. And then put a block there, so that can trigger the bottom piston. Actually, I was a little mistaken. Let us change this up a little bit. Let's, just bring 1 block up to there. There we go. Save us some redstone. Use 1 piece instead of 2. Okay, over on this side, we want a comparator reading off of this dropper here, like that. That's going to fire into a block with a redstone torch on top, another block, redstone dust on top, and then come over a block with dust. Come over 1 more with a repeater, firing into a block here. Come up and over with a block. Let's see here, down to there with a block. 1 more block here. There we go. Dust goes here. We want a repeater facing back that way on 3 ticks of delay. Put a redstone torch here. And we're going to make a clock. So yeah, let's just put dust there. There we go. Yep, that's our clock. Okay. This here gets a repeater facing into there. Block next to it. Block next to that one. Dust. Dust. And then a target block here to redirect that. And that is our signal. From the front side, that's what it looks like. Okay, so this clock is really annoying. So let's do let's throw a temporary lever on this for a minute. Turn it off. There we go. Okay, so what you did here, built off of this target block, do to this one, and this one. And then when you get those next 3 in, I will see you at the next part. And I just realized I forgot to put a target block here on this one. So let's go ahead and do that. And once you have those 4 segments in, I think the next part is to do our clock across the top. Right now we are temporarily locking these with the levers, and we don't want that. When the game gets going, this, when it counts down, will lock these and keep these individual clocks from working. So to do this, just put some blocks along the back of these 7 lamps. Run some redstone dust across it. Do 1 more block there. Comparator. A block behind the comparator. Come over to this spot, a comparator firing into the block. Then a couple more here. Dust. And a comparator here. And now what we are going to build is the memory circuit for this clock slash timer across the front. So we want a block up in front of that one. That will give dust here, a comparator facing back in this direction with another block there. We can probably take that one out. Okay, so this is our memory circuit. We are going to charge this memory circuit over here. So one more block, a comparator here, and to charge the memory circuit to full power, I am actually going to use a lectern. So I'll put a lectern here. Create a book with 30 pages in it. How do I do this? Book with 30. So make yourself a book and quill. Go up to page 30. Do not go past page 30. Go up to page 30, write something, does not matter what, and then sign the book. Put the book in the lectern. And then with the book in the lectern, set it to page 30. By setting it to page 30, we can get a signal strength of 15 when it gets pushed up into here. So come down 2 blocks below, take that out, put a sticky piston facing up. So to take a look and see how this looks, by going up and down, we have now charged this to 15. Now actually we do not want this to go all the way up to 15 because we only have 7 lamps. So we are going to do some math. We are going to subtract another power strength here. So put a block here, another comparator, and then a lectern behind that comparator. Put another copy of your book, and this one set to page 16. 16. That will give a signal strength of 8. So what this is going to do is 15 minus 8 will give a signal strength of 7 for our 7 lamps. Alright, so when we play the game, we have a clock and it is going to tick down 1 signal strength for each tick of our clock. So we are going to introduce that here with this one. So come over here. That is a comparator there, so we subtract that. Put that in subtract mode. Let's do a block and a block. Have a dropper and a hopper, like this. Put 1 item in the dropper. Over here, because I want a quick signal, it's going to be a repeater, a comparator off the back side, and block, dust. So that will shut that off fast. That goes into there, so that subtracts. Wow, okay, let's see if this works. Temporarily, put a block here, lever. Oh, you know what's wrong? This is what's wrong. Make that a solid block. There we go. There we go. And I'm looking up here and that is subtracting away. Cool. So before I take this out, the point of doing this is to lock these other ones. So let's put a torch here. That is going to send a signal down. So come down 2, and then come out to here. Basically be in line with that one. We want some dust here, and then a repeater, and dust, like this. And then we will come over to this side, have a repeater here, and dust. Then we can take that one out. Come over this direction once, twice. Come down one to there. Take that out. Put one there with a repeater. Dust, dust, dust. Take that one out. Come back up to here and run this line over to here like that with dust, 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 a repeater here. We can take that one out. And then over here once, twice, come down on the inside, over and down, and then work your way this way, over and down, and then over and down one more, and then put a block next to there with a repeater on it. Dust, dust, dust. And then we can take that one out. There we go. Now let us fill this up and see what happens, if anything. There we go. Because by putting power into this line, we've turned this torch off, allowing all the other individual clocks to run. Cool. So now we can manually try this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. That's what we want. All right, let's take these out now. There we go. On to the next step. So the next step is to actually put in the clock to trigger this dropper instead of us having to do it manually. So we are going to come over twice with a bit of redstone dust and a repeater. That is going to come up once and actually twice right there with dust and dust. From here we are going to come down twice like that, take that out, and then 1, 2, up and over one more time so that we have this shape. Come one more next to the lectern, dust there, have repeaters facing back in this direction, not there, like that, there we go. Make sure they are all on 3 ticks of delay. Now, I did at the start of the video say that you can adjust these timings, so you can make this faster if you would like. But to start with, let's just have them all on 3 ticks of delay. We will have a redstone torch here, and a piece of redstone dust there. Cool. Along with that, well, let's test it real quick. Clock works. Clock works. Okay, put it back. Now, along with this, we are going to have some sound effects. So, right down here, put glass, put some sand, and put a note block. Over here, put glass, so the dust can get past it. No. Nope, not there. Put glass next to the note block. There we go. Glass next to the note block. And a note block there. Yep, that's it. Hit both of these twice. 3 times, sorry. Hit these 3 times. Good. Over here. Wow, over here. Come down to 1, 2, 3. Come do glass at this point. sand on top, and a note block there. Take out this very bottom glass. Over here, do glass in that spot with a note block there, and just leave them as they are. Let's see if they work. There we go. Tick tock, tick tock. Okay, cool. Good. While we are doing the note blocks, let's put in one more note block over here in that spot with a piece of glowstone under it. Hit the note block 3 times, and that note block will happen when the machine stops. When this torch comes back on after being off, the signal will come back through here and it will signal the end. Alright, so now that that is in, let's come on over down to the payment in section. This hopper. Go ahead and bring a block this way and one down. Take that out. Put a comparator here so we can get a reading off of the hopper. That's going to fire up into a block and then come down with a block here. Over here, come back. Dust, dust, a repeater facing back in this direction, and a torch here. Now that we have the hopper locked, we can make this into a sorting hopper. Take 21 stackable items and put them in like this, 18 and 3, and then take 1 diamond and put 1 diamond there. After this, come out this way, 3, put another repeater here with 2 bits of redstone dust, and then just put a dropper on the end just by itself. Now we are going to also do our reset circuit with this. So if the player on the previous game had a win on one of these targets, it would have moved this item from this dropper into this dropper. Well, we want to make sure that they get reset back. So on the front dropper, put a block, come down with a repeater, like that. Down here off of this dropper, get observers, and do 2 observers like that, and then run a line of them up to here with a block. So now when the payment goes in, we will trigger this and make sure that these are reset. Let's come and do this one over here. Put a block, a repeater, an observer. Looking at this side, come over twice, and then come on up once, twice, and a block. This one, bring this line over, do a block, a repeater, a block. Now this one's a little weird. We're gonna actually come up here and then look at that one there, like that. And then I have one more which I would like to bring through here. So let us take this one out, run this line through, and put our comparator back on top. Over here, do again a block, a repeater, and a block. Line these up and bring up a line of observers. Like that. Now, in addition to the individual clocks being reset, we need to reset the main countdown clock. So come on up into here. Under this piston here, come down to that spot. Put a repeater on 3 ticks of delay. And then right here, bring a line of observers up. Oh, come on, up. To 1 more. Right to there. And then bring this over so it fires into the back of the repeater. Good. The next thing we want to do is record the number of successful pins that we have on the front side. We can do that. Let's start over here with that. Put a torch there. Get a dropper. Put a dropper below this torch. With a hopper going back into it. Put 1 item in it. We want to take a comparator reading off of this, but I want to put it on an observer. So come down to here with an observer and then do a comparator so we get a reading off of the hopper. Come on down to, I believe it's there. Ooh, no. Well, no. There. So come down 2. Come over to down. Dust. Do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down here, and then come up 1. Do dust on these 5, and a repeater on that one. Okay, so when this is triggered, it will send the signal down and fire into this line. The other end. Okay, where this torch here is, let's do another dropper hopper setup here. Yep. An observer. Come down to there. Take that out. Put a comparator here. Cool, good. This torch here, have the dropper coming in this direction with a hopper. I think it's there. Come across this way to there. Then 1 more down to here. Take out that one and put a comparator going in that direction, taking the reading from that hopper. Okay. And lastly is this one up here. Do a torch off the front. Do a dropper from the side. Hopper going back. Oh, don't forget, which I almost did, don't forget to put items in these other ones. There. Here. And here. Make sure they all have an item in it. Okay. Do an observer, a comparator. So I've got to jimmy jog that to this spot. So down, over, and down twice. And this repeater, put on 3 ticks of delay. The next bit of this circuit is the counter, because every time we make a hit, a pin, it sends the signal through. And if we do a dropper here, come up and down, and a dropper facing back down into it, like that. In the bottom dropper, put 4 items. 1, 2, 3, 4. These will represent the 4 different targets on the front. Let's take a comparator reading off the bottom dropper. That fires up into a block. Come on down with a repeater. That is firing into a block with a torch on it, redstone torch here. Yep. Then that would trigger a dropper and a hopper. Put an item in the dropper, like that. Then we get a comparator reading from the hopper, like this. And then we have a repeater on 3 ticks of delay. And then we have an observer there, one more, and that fires a block here. Now, our payment in will be putting diamonds into here, this dropper. So when this gets triggered, it will spit two items into the barrel in the front. So that is the payment there. Okay, and so now we need to hook up this target block. So just put a block there with a repeater on it. To reset the items, however many there might be in this dropper, back down when you start a new game, we will need to trigger this top dropper. So then we can come back to here, off of this observer, do one here, one back, 2 actually, no, one back in this direction, do a block here with a repeater, 2 ticks of delay, and then one more observer looking at the repeater, like that. And then off of this side over here, come back 1, come up twice, and then come back to there. There we go. And that should get us our reset. And finally, we are going to finish off with a few additional sound effects. So right here in the middle of this, we'll do an observer, packed ice, a note block there. And then down here, we will go with a block of iron right there, note block there, and hit this one 11 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And lastly, here on the front, come down here, the block below your target block, come out twice with some slabs, come out twice with some solid blocks, and twice with some walls. That will make it so that they cannot hit that target block when they stand below here. Put some signs in here. Winnings come out of there. You've got shoot the target to start the next round, and your payments go in there. And then bring out your fence, 12 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Bring them across the front and bring them back from this corner. There you go. And your machine is set. And so now let's just give it a try. Go ahead and put some diamonds in here. Come around to the front and let it go. Haha, pinned it the first. There we go. As long as they chime before the time goes out, you win your diamonds. All right, cool, good. It works. Yay! And that is the machine done. I hope you were able to follow along well enough. Any questions, just leave them in the comment sections below. I do have a Discord also that you can get a hold of me for the really tough questions. And if you did like the machine, go ahead, hit that like button. I do also have a buy me a coffee that if you would like, you can support me with a donation. But I hope to see you again. And until next time, as always, have fun and see ya.